Analytical procedures, ISA520. This is a standard that I find a lot of students struggle with, and I find that quite sad because it's actually one of the standards that I quite enjoy and I think is immensely valuable no matter what you do with your career. And I think once you understand and can relate to it a little better, you're going to find that, I can almost guarantee you're going to find that it's going to be a lot easier to work with and a lot more valuable for you as well. So I'm going to start with what I normally do, which is to ditch the terminology. So let's talk about what analytical procedures are, completely outside auditing, accounting, etc., and we can build from there. So you're going to find that I use, and I'm going to use the word seems a lot. This is not technical terminology, so don't rush off and don't rush off and go and use this in your profession or your exams, but it is a much easier way to get to grips with it and get comfortable with it to use as practically as possible. So, seems. Let's say I come to you and say that I have a diet and an exercise plan that is fantastic, most amazing thing in the world, and you're going to lose 10 kgs a week, 10 kilograms a week if you try my diet plan. This sounds like a fantastic idea. This sounds amazing. In fact, it sounds like it's too good to be true, which we generally know as cynical human beings, if it's too good to be true, it probably is. So how do you feel about that? What are the chances that you believe me? What are the chances that you buy into my product? I think we can all agree that we know enough to know that that doesn't seem right. As much as you may want to believe it, you don't really have to go through the scientific stuff in my diet plan. You don't really need to investigate that much to say that doesn't seem right. I'm not sure I buy that. I don't really agree with that. I don't think that that's true. So it seems like it's not the truth. I don't really have to do a lot of digging and investigation to say this doesn't seem right. I'm not going to buy into it. Okay. Why do you know that, or how do you know that? One of the things that you have that you're assuming without necessarily thinking about it, you're not consciously thinking about it, but what you're basing that on is your experience and your knowledge. Chances are you've tried to diet, lose weight, exercise somewhere, or you know someone in your life who has tried to do that, and the likelihood of you losing 10 kilograms a week are slim to zero. And if you've managed to do it formulaically, then let the rest of us know. So it doesn't seem right based on your knowledge, your experience of how the body works, how your body works, how exercising and diet work. It just does not seem right. Okay. So without doing any investigation, without testing, checking, doing it yourself, you're probably going to back off and go, no, I don't buy that. It doesn't seem right. Okay. That is basically analytical procedures. You have performed analytical procedures on my product, right? By looking at it, comparing what I'm advertising to your experience and what you know about the body, your body, exercise, etc. You're comparing my information to your experience and your knowledge, and you're saying that doesn't seem right. That is an analytical procedure. Simple as that. Okay? Get into concepts and complicated details and terminology later, but it is simple as that. Take your experience, your knowledge, use it to look at the information and ask yourself, does that seem right? The word that we generally use more, in technically, or is more technically correct, is asking whether or not the information is reasonable. Is it reasonable? Now, you'll notice that we're using reasonable and we're not using accurate. Okay? We're not using the word accurate because that's a very definitive, absolute term. You can't actually definitively lay down your money and say that my diet plan is wrong because you haven't investigated it properly. So you cannot actually lay your life down on the line and say, I know that your stuff is wrong, 100% guaranteed. You can't do that. But it's reasonable to believe that my stuff is rubbish, that my diet plan is rubbish. Okay, so we're not talking about accuracy, we're talking about reasonableness, the reasonableness of the information. And again, forgetting the word reasonableness, simplify it, it doesn't seem right. And that is analytical procedures.